Hi, my name is Allon Raiz and I am the CEO of RaceGo. RaceGo is a business that works with entrepreneurs, taking them through their entrepreneurial journey, whether they come up with ideas, whether they are in the growth phase, or in fact whether they are large businesses wanting to scale to the next level. Over the last 17 years, we worked with 10,500 of these businesses, and we have made many millionaires. In fact, probably in the hundreds of millionaires across South Africa. So, why did Raizcorp get involved with Radley? Well, let me tell you that story quickly. A few years ago, I was being interviewed by the press, and the GEM report, which is the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, had just come out with results that showed that South Africa had ranked very low in terms of entrepreneurial activity. And I was busy complaining, I heard myself complaining there about the fact that the entrepreneurs were not coming out because our education system was not producing entrepreneurially minded kids, and so they were job seekers and weren't coming out of school thinking about becoming job creators. Later that afternoon, I had a second incident, and that incident was the fact that I was sitting in a boardroom with myself and my business partner. We were sitting across the table. I had two of my staff members sitting in front in the boardroom table, and I had the client right up in front, and the client was busy speaking, and as he was speaking, he said something, and I looked across to my business partner and gave him this look, and he gave me this look back, the raising of the eyebrows. And what that look meant was, did you get that? Did you get that opportunity? And the response, giving me the eyebrow back, was, I got that opportunity. Not 5 minutes later, the same thing happened again. The client was speaking. I heard the opportunity. My partner heard the opportunity. Gave him the look. He gave me the look. Everything was fantastic. Client leaves. My partner and I are super excited about the two opportunities that we've heard. And our two staff members look at us looking like we're mad. Like, what were we talking about? And it dawned on me that we had both, or the two parties, our staff members and ourselves, had both been presented with exactly the same information. Yet two of us saw opportunity and two of us didn't. That had to do with something, the way that we were actually immersed in some different way of thinking in order for us to see it, and they didn't. Because it was very apparent to me that those opportunities were there, and in fact both those opportunities have now become huge programs that we've actually undertaken within Raizcorp. So the opportunities were definitely there, yet I saw it and they didn't. And then I said, well, instead of whining and talking about the problem, why don't I get involved in the solution? And so a journey started where we started looking for schools and started talking to various people about the education system. I am fortunate enough to be a lecturer at Oxford Said Business School, and I started talking about my vision about getting entrepreneurship into the school. And there I met a lady with a double PhD who was very excited to get involved, and she put up her hand and said she'll come to South Africa and help me build a framework to embed into the CAPS curriculum. So she flew over here, spent 7 months helping us build a framework, and at the same time we were looking for the appropriate first school to start. Now, one of my entrepreneurial friends heard about the story over a dinner, and he said, well, you know, if there's one school that you should start off with, it must be Radley. I'm from Radley, he said, and I'm an entrepreneur, and many of my friends that I was at school with, both in the grades above and below, have become super successful entrepreneurs. Why don't you look at Radley? And so we came here, we looked at the fundamentals to see from a culture point of view if there was an entrepreneurial culture, and it was there. And we looked at this space and we got very excited. And so we made a bid for the school. We offered to buy the school, and initially we were unsuccessful, but as entrepreneurs do, we rebid again a few months later, and we eventually came to an understanding and bought the school. And so we are on this journey here of making sure that the kids in Radley become job creators and not job seekers. How do we do this? This is about many, many aspects. It's about the fact that we immerse them in the marinade of entrepreneurship, the marinade of the language, that entrepreneurship is everywhere, whether it's in the library, whether it's on the walls, whether it's in the classroom, and more importantly, whether it's embedded into each and every class, that whether it's mathematics, whether it's science, whether it's English, whether it's Zulu, that entrepreneurship is embedded in every single part of the school curriculum. So that doesn't mean that we are not, we don't think academics are important. Sure, they're important, and as you know, we've had 100% pass rate for many, many years, and continue to pursue academics as an important part of our ethos. But what's more important for us is that your kids grow up with a view that they too can become job creators. They can create businesses, they can employ other people, they can take those beautiful ideas that they come up with, they can take those ideas and become hugely successful millionaires. And that's what we're trying to do here at Radley. We're trying to do something incredibly different. What's very exciting for us is that corporate South Africa has got right behind us and are asking how they can get involved in various ways. And so your kids are going to be going to the State Diamond Trader to go and see how diamonds are manufactured. They're going to go and see wholesale businesses. They're going to go and see retail businesses. They're going to get visited by entrepreneurs telling their stories, their inspirational stories. They're also going to hear about the rough times about being an entrepreneur. Those days where you think you're not going to make it, and what you do to push through. And that is important in every kid's life, to understand resilience. Resilience is such an important part of entrepreneurial success. It's important in life success. And so we are embedding all these different aspects of entrepreneurial culture, entrepreneurial characteristics into the kids at Radley. And we hope that you will send your kids here to become the millionaires of the future.